giant jockstrap. Get him out of here. Ah.
How does that not indicate to you, like, hey, sometimes, like, these prospects are awesome?
Donald, get back. They snatched that chain, boy. Get back. What's y'all gonna do about it? Popeye snatched that chain. Get back. We want that snack wrap. They got 3 flavors. Y'all got 1. Get back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into the Big Factor. You're on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, not Nick Padone today. We got Rob Watson here today. Nick Padone got a little busy meeting this morning, so we're rolling just with the trio shot here today. Happy Friday, guys. Before we dive into any of the news today, how are we doing today? Any fun weekend plans? Anybody going to see Fantastic Four that just came out?
Me. I'm going tonight. Me.
Oh.
I'm excited. 4 is up, not for Deshaun, but for Fantastic Four. Super excited. Going with some buddies. Valley View. Not going back to that theater I was talking about the other week, bro. They're banned. They're on the ban list. Not even going to say their names, but
Are movie theaters back?
No,
my question.
No,
I would much rather watch a movie in a theater than in my crib.
I would as well. It doesn't hit nearly the same watching it at home. You can go there. It's all dark. The surround sound. Jack, I feel like you're not a big movie guy, are you?
I'm actually a massive movie guy.
Are you?
I don't know where you got that news from. No, I'm a huge huge movie fan. I do like going to theaters,
I didn't
Ryan,
know that about you.
I don't know. Maybe it's like I don't have people to go with to the theater. I
went alone to see Superman.
But here's the thing:
it was the best experience of my life.
There are some people who have
Except
the
for the people that have
confidence
feet out.
or the whatever, where like they can go like eat in public alone or go to a theater alone. Like I'm not strong enough mentally that I can do that. So like you're not gonna catch me in that setting. So yeah, I'd rather curl up in bed and.
Now, granted, I've never
watch
gone
a movie
solo, but no one would. I feel like that's the most acceptable thing to do, just like by yourself.
I know. I can't bring myself to do it. I talk too much. I can't do it.
I've seen 2
man.
movies by myself in my life. Superman, like a week ago, fantastic experience, and then Avengers Endgame by myself. And I feel like that was such a good decision because that's when I was huge into Marvel.
If you're a big fan of it, then yeah, I feel like you get the true.
And I didn't have anybody around me, and I
Yeah.
went late. Like I couldn't go that night because when all my friends went because we had baseball. So I went in the morning. It was basically just me and 3 other people in the theater. It was an amazing experience. That's one of the most underrated things in this world, I think, is going to the movie theater alone.
The like action movies and stuff, they just hit way better in the theaters.
They do.
Like you need like Superman. I feel like that wouldn't have worked on just like my regular TV where I'm like even half in, half out because I'm like laying in bed. Like you need to. It's like locking in, bro. You get in there. It's like a business trip. You get in. You know you're gonna get the best possible experime. And it's just much better.
88% from Rotten Tomatoes on Fantastic Four. That's pretty good.
Okay. I gotta avoid spoilers all day.
7.6 from IMDb.
They hating though.
Yeah, I talked to Rob about this a little bit pre-show, but me and my one of my best friends, Daniel, started a co-op Road to Glory with North Carolina last night. So that was kind of the move. Get the fellas their own little quarterback running back duo. Would love to do that with one of you guys in the future if you got the free time, so we have something to talk about for 5 minutes to start the factor every day. I'm going to Buffalo this weekend, so gonna get some wings. Really excited to see a bunch of my friends.
I know we need to jump in and actually talk about relevant sports topics, but real quick, I asked a little bit pre-show if you guys were familiar with the Pedro Pascal anxiety memes.
I'm not at all.
I'm super hip.
Yeah,
I understand.
It's taken over my algorithm. It's my whole entire time.
Okay.
So Pedro Pascal apparently has anxiety. That's pretty normal.
Who can I real quick ask who is Pedro Pascal?
You are not a big movie guy. You don't know who Pedro Pascal is?
If I saw him, maybe
he's the
lead.
I'd say
I'm gonna look him up.
I'll
look him up. Hey, I'm gonna get some tabs. All right, let's calm it
the argument
down.
that Pedro Pascal right now is the biggest A-list actor in Hollywood. Right at this moment, he's in everything. Dude, he's in literally everything these days.
He ain't Leo. I'll tell you that for free.
He started Game of Thrones. He was Prince Oberyn.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
You're not locked right now.
This is crazier than when Rob found out that Jordan Hicks retired 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, by the way, I'm sitting here. I go, who the hell is going to play Mike?
I'm like, Jordan Hicks, man.
Dude, we got Jordan Hicks.
Retired. I look
Wrong.
at my phone and I get an ESPN note, and now we're just cooked, bro.
All right, we'll save the Pedro Pascal thing.
We can get to that.
I'll get you hit before we talk about it. But we jump into the news.
Muzzy.
Literally this morning, about 20 minutes ago, or actually more than that, almost about an hour ago, actually, Jordan Hicks, Browns linebacker, announces his retirement from the NFL. 10 seasons, started 131 games in his career with the Eagles, Cardinals, Vikings, and then last year with our Browns. Guys, Jordan Hicks was actually one of the only bright spots on our defense last year, I thought. And to lose Jordan Hicks, not only the fact that your linebacker room is so insanely thin, the experience, the veteran presence from Jordan Hicks was going to be massive this year. You draft a rookie in the second round. What a better mentor than somebody who has a decade experience playing with playoff teams like Jordan Hicks has. And then we look at the thinness of that room, guys. Jordan Hicks, you lose him. Carson Schlesinger started the week the will. Mohamed Diabate at the Sam.
Man.
You have Jerome Baker, who you signed this offseason. Devin Bush, who I'm not exactly up to speed on the legal case.
We don't know where he's going to be.
Violence.
Yeah,
but the fact is, I would assume Jerome Baker slides into that mic, has the green dot. Do you trust Carson Schlesinger right away in his rookie year, who I believe did it at UCLA?
At this point, why not?
This is a big blow. I told you guys, I've been optimistic on the Browns this offseason, and every week now we're getting something that is making me less. It was Quinshon Judkins and his arrest, still unsigned. Now Jordan Hicks retires out of seemingly nowhere. I know he was out of training camp practices for what they called personal reasons. Had no idea his personal reasons were considering retirement.
Well, I want to ask you, though, why not just give Carson Schlesinger all the reps? If it doesn't work out, I mean, we're not expecting much this season anyway, so why not just get him out there and let him play?
Yeah. I think at this point when there's not like a clear-cut upgrade over him, that's where you got to go. But I feel bad for Jordan Hicks, man. I mean, you're at a spot where you never know what's going on in these guys' heads. And, like, obviously, like, you go through an off season and keeping yourself in football shape, like that's not a very easy thing to do. I mean, you have to be in like peak God shape basically to play NFL football. So, I mean, I'm guessing something drastic probably would have had to happen for him to make this decision right before the season. But I mean, Ryan, you talked about it. Like when JOK goes down, who probably was your original hope to mentor or at least be around Schlesinger to some degree, like you're looking around, like you still have Jerome Baker, obviously, but yeah, Jordan Hicks was going to be a big part of that most likely. So it's brutal. I just hope that it wasn't Jordan Hicks saw Kenny Pickett get like 80% of the first team reps and he was like, fuck it, I'm gone. Like that's what I hope.
It is interesting timing.
It
is interesting.
Do you think? Like, what if he was like, yeah, I'm not doing that?
No, because we've seen this before with the team where they have one super bad part of the defense. We saw it once upon a time with the defensive tackles, and then once upon a time with the safeties. Yeah. We've even seen it be really bad with the linebackers before. Like this could really tank like how everyone just operates overall, and it could become Swiss cheese when you have such a weak link.
It really challenges too. I think long-standing theory that Andrew Berry doesn't really value the linebacker position because now you're at a point where you don't have linebackers. So we'll really get to test this theory.
Well, I guess he does because he did draft Carson Schlesinger in the second round, but obviously he knew before we did, I'm assuming, about Jock not being able to play this season and his future uncertain with a neck injury. But I was looking at this roster yesterday, and I realized there, almost at every position, there's one guy, and it's really just one guy that you feel really confident going into the season. For wide receivers, it's Jerry Jeudy. Tight end, you have David Njoku. For linebacker, I'm not sure who that guy is now. It was Jordan Hicks for me. The edge, Myles Garrett. The secondary, Denzel Ward, perhaps Grant Delpit in some areas. And the line, you feel pretty good about the interior. We'll see what happens with Jack Conklin. And then DeJuan Jones is a big question mark. There's not one position group that you really key in on and be like, yeah, that's their strength. It's mediocrity in every single area.
Ryan, there's just too many ifs for me to be hopeful about a Cleveland Browns football team. Like if there's a day and a time in the Baker era when we're coming off a 10-11 win season where maybe there was like 2 to 3 ifs in the offseason. You're like, okay, you know what? Yeah, we can put that together and be sitting another 10-11 win season next year. I think every single time we talk about the Browns, it's like, okay, if this happens and that happens and this guy stays healthy and this happens, then maybe we could be okay this year, right? Like there's too many things. There's too many variables, and variables don't tend to go well for the Cleveland Browns.
For you guys, which position battle, or maybe not necessarily battle, but are you guys kind of keying in on as we go through camp that is kind of one of the most important parts? And what I mean by that is the easy answer might be running back. Without Quinshon Judkins, it's Jerome Ford, Dylan Sampson, Pierre Strong. But is it looking for that second wide receiver to step up, whether that's Cedric Tillman, whether it's a Deontay Johnson? Is it the edge? Are you looking for Isaiah McGuire to break out? Alex Wright, Joy Tryon-Shoyinka, finally giving Myles Garrett a true edge rusher partner. Malik Collins, I thought, was one of the quieter offseason acquisitions that was good for the Browns. Is it the line, the acquisitions of Cornelius Lucas and Tevin Jenkins to give it some depth? What position are you looking in on, and are you like keying in on, I suppose I could say, for training camp?
I like Tevin Jenkins a lot. That was a really important move that didn't cost a lot of money that I don't think is getting talked about, and he has versatility to play tackle or guard. So like I think that could come in as a big factor, no pun intended, at the end of the day. But I don't know, man. Dylan Sampson's the really interesting story. So I guess I'm going to go with the running back here because when you look at it, like Judkins is gone immediately. I'm thinking, okay, that's going to be huge for Dylan Sampson, or not gone, but out for a little bit probably here. I'm thinking Dylan Sampson's going to get more and more reps. Okay, Jerome Ford misses the first 2 days of training camp. I'm thinking, hey, Dylan Sampson's stock. We're all the way up. No, Pierre Strong has been getting the majority of reps at running back so far for the Browns early on in camp. So I want to know what the plan is with Dylan Sampson because if he truly is just like the change-up back or your second back and you want to just throw him in, like maybe I understand trying to keep him in that role. Like if you're not going to put him in a bell cow role, I get it. There's no sense in making him do that in training camp. But like I got to think, even with Jerome Ford out and Judkins being possibly suspended or away or whatever, Pierre fucking Strong cannot be the number one option.
That's the thing with Dylan Sampson, to change a pace back, likely there on passing downs on third down. 5'8". 5'8". SEC player. I'm pretty sure he's offensive.
I don't care if he's 5'2". He can't be worse than Pierre Strong.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure he's the offensive player of the SEC.
Tough, bro.
And still went that late for a reason, and it's the size. It's no NFL back at that size is able to be a 250, 300 carry guy. It's just it's not sustainable.
Philip Lindsay had that one sick year though.
I'm going unnamed. I'm looking at tight end still. I'm really just hoping Harold Fannin is really good.
Brendan Bates?
Like I need him to be serviceable because I don't think we're gonna see anyone step up in that receiver room. So I need us to be able to go heavy on the field, not rely as much on the receivers, get heavy production out of our tight ends. I want to just see us be able to just be as ground and pound as possible. That would include bigger sets and then play action football. Get it to these two dudes who have shown they could run after the catch. They're big physical guys, strong, and they just let them do what they do. So I want to see Harold Fannin be really good. Then on defense, I believe highly in Isaiah McGuire. I think he's good. Just got to see him stay healthy.
I haven't seen anybody talk about this because, and I know this is a big improbability. We're yet to see the usage of Harold Fannin in this offense, but a guy that can stretch the seams. And we've been talking about there's no true wide receiver too, and I understand Harold Fannin is a tight end, but there's wide receivers that are bigger than him.
Bro,
I'll call it for what it is. Is there a world where in these heavy sets, Fannin plays a lot, not only that, but is super productive? And if it is a guy like Joe Flacco, who we saw make lightning in a bottle with David Njoku, really give him the best stretch of his career, could we see him pick up early on Harold Fannin? And could Harold Fannin potentially be one of those guys that at the end of the year we look at as, hey, we're talking about Jerry Jeudy and then who? Maybe it's Harold Fannin is our second option.
I'm banking and praying on that. I would love the three options. I don't care who's catching the ball. I really don't. And because Kevin loves his tight ends. You know how many times I watched us put out 4 tight end sets, man?
Dude,
he loves it, bro.
Dude, Farrell Brown was getting reps
That's what I'm
back in the day.
saying. So I'm expecting it. Like if he now chooses this to be the time when we actually draft a shiny new toy to not use his tight ends, I'm gonna be like, what are we doing, Kevin?
That's
like,
a good point.
Use the guy, man. Get
That's
him out there. Use your most talented guys. He's proven he's a threat. So if it's Jeudy and he's your best receiver, all right, play him. But then get creative. Use your 2 great tight ends. Make it work, man.
Guys, are you at all worried about? We're all Shedeur Sanders guys here. Let's make no bones about it. We're not going to call a ball a strike as Rob's mic goes flying down to the floor. Here at Berkeley, he tried to put the wrist up. Maybe that's a bad omen. But guys, Shedeur not getting any first team reps so far. It's been clear in camp that he's been behind Dylan Gabriel in terms of who's getting bigger reps in 11-on-11 and 7-on-7 activities. Are we worried? And let me ask you this, Ryan, because Ryan, you are the Shedeur guy in the room, I think we can say. I think we're all Shedeur guys, but there's a difference. How many games is he going to get this year? Because if you're rolling out a vet and then you're probably rolling out Dylan Gabriel, they're not going to give Dylan Gabriel 2 games.
Jack, I'm happy you asked, and that is a tremendous question. However, let's go to a break, and when we come back, we'll break it all down.
Yeah, cliffhanger!
We'll be right back on The Big Factor. Hey, everybody. Welcome back into The Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack Rourke, Rob Watson. Before we dive back into football, Browns training camp, all things quarterback, got to tell you about our friends at Fairway Ford. Fairway Ford, Ohio, is the biggest Ford truck dealership in the entire state. They have the largest selection of Ford F-150s and Super Duty trucks, and they won't be beat on price by any other Ford dealer. You see right up there, Fairway Ford's summer sale. It's going on all summer long. You guys don't want to miss out on it. Make that short trip to Canfield, Ohio today to save you thousands of dollars on your new ride. Potentially find your dream vehicle. Over 500 vehicles in lot in their stock over there in Canfield. Go there, tell them Big Play sent you, and they will absolutely hook you up. Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks, the lowest pricing and same hometown level of service. Scan that QR code or go give their website a visit, fairwayfordohio.com. Once again, that's fairwayfordohio.com. Well, gentlemen, we are getting through the first week of Brown's 2025 training camp. The quarterback picture is still very murky, but we get our little bit of first evidence into the minds of Kevin Stefanski. Flacco, first in 11 on 11s yesterday, means obviously him and Pickett firmly in the mix to be the starting quarterback. Pickett went second in 11 on 11s. Now note the day before yesterday, Pickett was first in 11 on 11s, but yesterday I should say, he was second. Gabriel third in 11 on 11s. Shedeur Sanders, no 11 on 11 work. He got a little bit the day before, but yesterday, no 11 on 11s for Sanders. He got some 11 on 11 red zone work, but no true 11 on 11 practice. Flacco 1, Pickett 2, Gabriel 3rd, Shedeur Sanders 4th. Guys, this isn't anything new. This is how the pecking order has gone throughout really back in minicamp. Now we're getting our first look in training camp. And Kevin Stefanski and company are going to tell you over and over and over again, don't read into it. Don't read into it. You don't know what these drills are. You don't know what the preparations are. But it's clear Shedeur Sanders right now, buried on the depth chart, QB number 4. Disappointing. I think at this point it's fair to label this, whether you want to look at it one way, not a fair true battle of giving a guy 0 11 on 11 work compared to the other 3. Whether that's the right decision to make, obviously it's not my call. I want a fair shot. I think Shedeur Sanders would have a real shot of winning that starting job, if not right away, proving he's a more viable option than Dillon Gabriel. But as it stands right now, 0 11 on 11 work yesterday.
Friday allegations are back on the big factor, guys. It's been too long since we've done a Friday allegation. I am going to send an allegation towards the Cleveland Browns organization that this smells an awful lot like the coach and the GM wanted to do one thing and someone else who possibly has a say or pockets involved in the matter went in another direction. I'm starting to think that Shedeur was just straight Jimmy trying to get jerseys to fly off the shelves, because I think if you're at a point where it's a serious quarterback battle, like you said, Ryan, Shedeur Sanders is absolutely getting 11 on 11 reps by this point in time. I mean, if you're at a point where Joe Flacco is 78 years old and he has 1 year left in the NFL, he's probably not going to be your answer to win a Super Bowl. Really bad news, and I hate saying this one, guys. Kenny Pickett's not going to win a fucking Super Bowl. So yeah, you have 2 guys on your roster.
He just won one last year
as a starting quarterback. He might kneel out a second Super Bowl one day. You're right about that. I am wrong.
He do be having a ring though.
He does have a ring, but it's one of these 2 kids, right? And I know you're going to start a vet for a couple games, but it's got to be like a 5, and then you split out the kids the other ways. And you're just kidding yourselves by playing both the older guys right now.
So the plan is just let's be real. Let's be real with ourselves, Cleveland. The plan is clear. He's gonna always tell you this. He's the coach. He's got to have PR speak. He's got to be a good guy. He's not gonna say bro has no shot. In my mind right now, Shedeur has no chance, probably, unless people start getting hurt or the season is just all the way gone. They're like, let's throw a guy out there last few games. That's just what they're doing. You're not even giving the kids reps at practice. How is he gonna get better? It's not a shocker, bro. I think that Kevin honestly wanted to try his best to make something out of this season, which is why I think in his mind, he was always going to actually go with Flacco or Pickett and actually try to ride that out the whole entire season. And then Dillon Gabriel was going to be the guy where if things went left, I draft this smart kid. Maybe we let him develop under these 2 vets and we could get better. But I'm starting to think this Shedeur thing is not connected to anything the coach and the GM want to do at all.
I think that's a fantastic point you just made, Rob, about Kevin Stefanski, because whether or not you have that background, unknown, not public conversation with Jimmy Haslam about acknowledging the circumstances that there's not much talent here, and Kevin Stefanski, regardless of you tell him his job's safe next year, well, you can tell him that now, But if that translates to another 3-4 win season, is Jimmy going to be having that same tone? Even though he should, if that's kind of an agreement you understand, you make that if this year's a wash, this year's a wash, and we're not going to put that on you. So that's a great point for Kevin Stefanski. As a big Shedeur guy, as you mentioned, Jack, am I disappointed he's not getting 11 on 11 work? Yes. Am I disappointed that it's shaping out to not appear as though this is a real quarterback competition and Shedeur Sanders does have a chance to eventually win that starting job? I'm disappointed. But at the same time, I do have to remind myself that Shedeur Sanders wasn't the first-round pick that we thought he was going to be back in April. Whether we still think that he should have been, that's irrelevant. It's moot because the fact is he was a fifth-round quarterback. He was the second quarterback that the Browns took. I have to appreciate that fact for the truth that it is and understand that's why he's not getting any 11 on 11 reps, a real opportunity to win the starting battle. Because as much as we want it to happen and as much of a public figure and as much as energy a guy like Shedeur could bring to this city, we're obviously looking at it different from the Cleveland Browns, who are in there every day with the X's and the O's, and they know their offense better than us. And I mean, do we sometimes feel like we know better? I guess we do, and sometimes maybe we really do. But the reality of it is Shedeur Sanders is that fifth-round pick.
You guys both hinted at it, too. And I think a massive thing that we all, I mean, not forget, but it's do most of us walk in here thinking the Browns are going to have a 3 or 4, maybe 5-win season this year where things kind of teeter back? Maybe you're looking quarterback next year. At a minimum, you're picking probably in the top 10 at least once, maybe twice. Yeah, but like Kevin Stefanski's mama didn't raise no bitch. You know, he's not just going to go in there and go 1-7 and get fired. Like he's a 2-time NFL Coach of the Year who's made it work with PJ Walker and a bunch of other shitty quarterbacks. Like he's going to go out there with whether it's Flacco or Kenny Pickett.
Bro, he's very close with Gino Auriemma. Kevin Stefanski.
Really?
He's just
he's
been around winners. Been around winners.
Been around like he doesn't want to lose his job. I know that Jimmy came out and said they're going to be safe no matter what, but if there's rumors about Nick Saban on day one of training camp, we all know that's not the case. Like, he's going to go out there and he's going to try and get his team to ball out. Like, you're going to have to fight every single week, man.
Super, like, this. We talked about that a lot yesterday. Kevin Stefanski and Nick Saban have the same agent. So that Saxon guy that everyone was talking about in the article, like they're both under the same dude. So I think Kevin might actually be very safe.
Yeah, what if Saban came in as the DC?
I mean,
or even in the same, and kind of in the same capacity as a Mike Vrabel.
I could take him being an advisor to help like tighten some things
like
up.
a Mike Vrabel,
like a different place. I could take that, but I still think it'll be super interesting. It seems they're not giving him a fair shot now, but eventually he's going to have to play if you have 4 quarterbacks because there's going to be 3 preseason games. I don't expect to see Flacco more than 1 drive max, maybe in like the 3rd one, you know? So these 3rd, maybe 4th quarters, like, see, they could still do them really dirty where like it's a 2 Pickett quarter, 2 Gabriel quarter, but like he's going to get he's going to get some quarters of football. But if there's a home
preseason game and he doesn't play, they will burn the fucking stadium.
Which
down
one's the
on
home
spot.
one? Is it one of the early ones?
Is it the 3rd one?
Okay, so he'll probably get like a quarter at the end.
Yeah, you gotta
probably.
hope.
Like it'll, but he's got to now when he gets out there, he's got to make it work.
There was a day and a time where Kevin Hogan was getting the whole second half, so you got to think Shedeur Sanders can play a quarter.
Every quarterback's got to get reps except Joe.
Last thing I'll say on this today about Shedeur Sanders before we move on is I won't bitch. I won't complain about Shedeur Sanders not getting first-team reps. Like, I understand a 5th-round pick. And I can make the argument that he deserves a fair shot. He's earned it, and so can everybody else. And a lot of people are making that argument. The only time I'll truly be furious, I would say, is if Shedeur Sanders doesn't play a single snap in the regular season this year. Like, I would want a minimum 3-4 game sample size, but I understand maybe that's not the way the Browns want to play it, and that's one thing. But if he doesn't get on the field at all this season in the regular season and get at least like 1-2 true starts, I'm going to be very upset. And that's really the last thing I'll say on it because I don't know how the Browns view him. And if they don't feel like he's worthy enough to try to get that starting job right now, he was a 5th-round pick, whether you want to cut it one way or another, that's the reality of it. So
I mean, right, we get to talk about another Browns quarterback in the next segment,
we do.
Yeah.
Josh McCown, helicopter guy. All right, guys,
let's
take a break. When we get back, worst teammate ever, sending playbooks
really
to the other team.
You don't even do that in Online Dynasty.
That's a cardinal
You don't do that in Online Dynasty.
That's a cardinal sin.
Eligibility, man.
The football gods are very disappointed. We'll talk about that and explain it right here when we get back on The Big Factor. garage beer logo. Hey everybody, welcome back into the Big Factory here on the Big Play Sports Network. I'm Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Rob Watson here. Before we dive into this story about the worst teammate ever, I got to tell you about our friends at Garage Beer. Garage Beer comes in just 2 flavors, classic light lager as well as that classic lime. No frills, no bitterness, no IPAs. It's just beer the way you want it to taste, and that's beer-flavored beer. Scan the QR code now or go give their website a visit, drinkgaragebeer.com. Again, that's drinkgaragebeer.com to find local retailers who sell garage beer near you. All right, guys, we're flipping over to this story that just came out. Was this yesterday, Jack?
This was yesterday, yeah.
Worst teammate ever, Memphis cornerback Taj Rael. Well, first of all, let me put it this way. Memphis loses that, I believe they were top 25
They were ranked,
at the time.
yes. They were in the top 25.
They lose to UTSA, who's quarterbacked by Owen McCown, Josh McCown's son.
Yes.
Well, it comes to find out that Taj Rael, a member of the Memphis football team, I believe a defensive back, sent their playbook. Allegedly.
Yeah.
It was their playbook, correct?
Their playbook, yes.
To Owen McCown before their game, and obviously that resulted in top 25 ranked Memphis going down to UTSA. McCown threw for 280 yards and 4 touchdowns in the victory. Now, Jack, correct me if I'm wrong, there are screenshots. I believe these are Instagram DMs.
Yes, sir. Scroll down to the next page, and you will see it in all its glory right there, Ryan. But yeah, for the folks at home, give you a quick little whoop-de-doo on what we got here. So, allegedly,
this is diabolical, by the way.
Taj sends a couple of screenshots here. Slightly resembles the Denny's menu, but that's the play call sheet. Here you go, though. That's all the signals. Owen McCown sends back 4 crying emojis. But here's the thing. This is the line of it all. So this Taj kid allegedly was not playing in the contest. So he was a safety. But he decides to just explain every single thing about his teammate and fellow safety. He goes,
They lost to UTSA.
they run quarters and none of the safeties can cover, by the way. So shouting out his play group, or position group. No reroutes on the slot side of the field. The safety is the weakest link in the defense. His hamstring hurting, but he's running out of eligibility. So when you play him, he's number 0. Calling out the other safety, saying he's running out of eligibility and his hamstring's hurting. Yes, I mean, this kid was out, so he was suspended or kicked off the team, I believe, and then transferred out to Purdue. This came out yesterday. He's already off of Purdue's roster for this season on their website. So yeah, guys, like, is this seriously the worst teammate ever? Because like I've been in a bunch of locker rooms in my life, and I don't think this would have resulted in anything other than an ass kicking.
First of all, real quick. First of all, not only did he send the playbook, but you also call out your teammate, say he's the weakest link. And if I'm reading this correctly, it appears that the guy who he was referring to as the weak link, that safety, Cortland Marsh, started above Rael when he was healthy. So it seems like a very bitter man.
Yeah, so let's be honest. Like this is some of the excuse me, bro. This is the softest shit I've ever seen. Like this is ridiculous, especially in a sport where in football, where playbooks, calls, and all that are sacred. I feel like that's like cheating in baseball and like stealing signs.
Yeah.
Like basketball, if you give away the plays, like players play, hockey, I'm sure is a little different too. Like there's a lot more freedom, but these things are so set. First off, dude, you've played at 3 schools in 4 years, so I know everything I need to know about you already. And if Purdue kicked him off the team, rightfully so, it's glad.
Purdue's ass. I mean, they'll take any lick of talent they can have.
But deserved, bro, because this guy's cancerous. Like, why would you go and do that? Like, it's just when they see you, they're gonna whoop you, bro.
I mean,
like,
you talked
the
about
DM too. If you want to talk about just a total idiot, the screenshot is from his side too. Like the screenshots are taken from the point of view of the kid who sent the playbook.
He sent the screenshots. He clearly took screenshots of himself.
What the hell are you doing?
He thinks this is funny because
Owen McCown, NFL legacy son, 2-star recruit, probably playing at wherever the hell he is.
So now my question,
he's not going to say anything if he had a 500-yard passing game.
Right, correct. So my question is, if you're Owen McCown, should you face repercussions and punishment?
Why?
Why?
No, I'm not saying he should. That's what I'm asking you guys.
No,
I'm asking you guys.
No, I mean,
for not reporting it, for not, it's an advantage.
No, he did nothing wrong.
It's a pre-game advantage.
Well,
That's my question to you guys.
He did probably
because there are people that
cheat.
would say, well, yes, he sent the playbook. He didn't force him to, but is that something you should report?
We also don't see the messages above. There might have been some.
It's like that one commercial where he tells the ref, that was out on me. That was out on me. And the coach is pissed.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be rough for him. But this kid, man, like that's the character issues. Like, I hope, like, no one should hire this kid. Like, no one should trust him to do
seriously.
literally
Blackball.
What do you like?
Because, like, just in, like, how do you rely on a person? Like,
no, you can't.
Sports are such a good judge of character, but this is, like, basement, like, below the ground level stuff that you just don't expect someone to do. You're not playing in the game, and you're probably already planning on transferring. These people who have been with you, you've gone through all this stuff with them all summer, all these workouts. You guys grinded, sweat, tears, blood, broken bones, torn muscles, all that. And you just throw away all their hard work. They were ranked and they get upset because you were so mad that someone was just doing better than you, your teammate, your brother, who you should be excited to see go out there and play, regardless of a hurt hamstring or not. You see all that and you give it away. You just sell out all your guys for what? For what, man?
It's like that's so like as bad as like cheating with kids.
It's so
like,
sad,
that's actually
bro.
like you're such a loser.
Insane, bro. That's just so.
Yeah, I'm mad about that now.
No, because like that just says so much about a person.
And that's like guys' job. But like think about it too. Like I mean,
kids could have had NFL scouts
right?
there,
Like
now
or even like just at that level, maybe like
it's
transferring to a better school to even get that look in the first place. Like that's
insane. Like,
the same as like the Astros cheating scandal. Like what if there's a guy who comes up like Doug Nikhazy, we went to his only major league start, right? A lot of guys only get one major league start. What if you're in a spot where there's sign stealing and you get shit on and you never make it back, you know?
Or it's just the senior's last game, bro. Like it's his last game.
Yeah,
he just or maybe someone's first start, they go out there and get like this is beyond the most selfish thing I've ever seen.
Bailey, if you were in a spot where someone was sending around the playbook, what are you doing?
You're gonna kill him? You're gonna kill him?
Bailey? Bailey!
I'm just kidding. She didn't say that. I'm just messing with her.
Teammate. Bailey's a former
Bailey
soccer player.
is always 10 toes down.
But that's just insane.
I mean,
one thing about Bailey.
Tajrell, bro, do some soul searching, man.
No, think about this. Imagine the amount of times this has probably occurred and hasn't been alerted. You know?
It definitely,
billion, yeah.
No, because disgruntled teammates, man, trust me, I've heard and known, and it gets bad. Like, it gets really bad.
Am I tripping, or did I see something about George Niang taking a shot at somebody on the Cavs? Did anybody see that?
I feel like
he did? I can look it up.
I didn't understand it, but I don't know. All right, let's take another break. When we get back, flip it over to baseball. Guardians back to 551-51. Mariners, they acquire old friend Josh Naylor, likely to sell more pieces there. And should the Guards re-sign? Is this Bo Naylor or Josh Naylor for next year? I like that. We'll discuss that when we get back.
It ain't Bo.
Right here on The Big Factor. Hey, everybody, welcome back into The Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network. I'm Ryan Tyler. He's Jack O'Rourke. He's Rob Watson. Guys, before we flip over to baseball, I got to tell you about the Great Geauga County Fair that's taking place Thursday, August 28th through Monday, September 1st, 2025. That's, of course, Labor Day weekend. Go to jaugafair.com to get your tickets today. Guys, this thing is going to be an absolute blast. What was it, Jack? Over 500 animals?
I believe it's thousands.
I heard thousands.
I heard literally 20,000 animals will be at the Geauga County Fair.
We got the Demolition Derby. Like, there's gonna be a lot of cool things, and as Nick said, like, anytime you get to do something 202 times usually means you're doing something pretty right. But I'm excited. I was driving through my hometown this morning, and they had like their summer little fair set up. Luke on the keys. I'm sure you're familiar with Summerfest, I believe it's called. Summerfest in Fairview / Rocky River.
Firefest?
Firefest, yeah, Firefest in Fairview, Rocky River area. So it got me excited to head out to Geauga with you guys, eat some elephant ears, maybe ride a couple of the rides. Did you guys real quick? We'll get some reviews going. Did you guys ever go on the one ride at the fair where it was like zero gravity and
No.
you just like
Nope.
you would like
You spin?
You're like put on, you know what I'm talking about, Bailey?
Where
Yeah.
you
So
spin?
you're like on the back.
Against
Or,
the
I'm not,
wall,
I have a
and
microphone.
it spins
so you're
so
like on the
fast
back
that
and
you,
it
like,
spins.
cool on
Yeah.
that.
And
Absolutely
I
cool
don't
on
know
that.
how the hell you stay on it, but
Yeah, I'm cool on that. I can't do anything.
does
that's
anyone know how you stay on
the
it?
rotation of the
No.
circular motion is something.
Bailey, you know what I'm talking about? This is
something
yeah.
taught to me in physics.
I get like centrifugal force
Yeah,
or
something like that.
Centripetal? Is that the
centripetal
word?
and
Yeah.
centrifugals. I don't know. Who cares?
I don't know.
I'm trying to sound too
Dude, I'm
smart.
an idiot.
I get nauseous on a swing set. I can't even do anything that spins. That's how bad it is. But no, the fried food, the amusement rides, the entertainment, horse shows, all the animals we mentioned and more. It's going to be an absolute blast. We'll be there.
Welcome.
What a thing to bring your family to, by the way. I mean, it's fun for all. Bands, concessions, vendors. I'm excited. Again, that's Thursday, August 28th to Monday, September 1st, 2025. It's of course Labor Day weekend. The Great Geauga County Fair. Go to JeaugaFair.com to secure your tickets. We'll be there, and it's going to be an absolute blast. All right, guys, we're talking baseball. Guardians go down to the Orioles. That's okay. Back to 500, I believe, 51-51. But Josh Naylor yesterday traded to the Seattle Mariners. Diamondbacks obviously in sell mode. A competitive team are the Mariners right now. Obviously, the Astros leading that division, if I'm not mistaken. But in the mix for the playoffs, wildcard spot, Josh Naylor to the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, I mean, the Diamond Dogs are selling. That's the biggest story of the day for sure. Eugenio Suarez is going to go next, most likely.
Who's
he's gonna
mashing.
he's smoking the ball. He'll get a pretty nice haul. Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly, they'll be two of the biggest names on the starting pitching market. So if you're looking at the NL West, like that was going to be one of the big stories entering really July is what the Diamondbacks would do and what direction they end up going. They choose sell. Guys, it does mean that the Cleveland Guardians won the trade by getting Slade Cecconi because you're getting, I believe it's 3, maybe 4 years of him actually, for the price of what is now 5 years of Slade, for the price of 4 months of Josh Naylor and 15 home runs. So I think we'll all take that. But guys, there's an even bigger tinfoil cap story here along if you're following close enough.
Oh, are you saying they traded Josh Naylor knowing they were going to get him back?
It's been done in sports before.
It
It's
sure
been
has.
done in sports
Who was it?
before. Aroldis Chapman, it happened too.
Didn't
That was
happen to,
actually Gleyber Torres, I believe.
Ricky Rubio?
Ricky Rubio, that's happened before. But guys, I'm in a weird spot where I'm not saying that I'm out on Chase DeLauter, but I think as more and more time and years pass, we're looking at a point where Chase DeLauter is going to be about 24 without debuting. I don't know if I'm totally sold on him as an everyday option in the outfield at this point moving forward in the future. Not saying I'm out on Chase DeLauter either, but I think there's a world where you could consider putting CJ Kayfus in right field next year, putting Kyle Manzardo at DH every single day,
And the Naylor man at first base.
and Josh Naylor plays first base and comes back home. I mean, he's 28 years old. He has health concerns from his past. I don't think he's going to command he's going to get a big contract. Don't get me wrong, but I think you're looking somewhere more in the range of $16 to $18 million a year, which is under what you paid for Edwin Encarnacion. Not that you're going to get Edwin Encarnacion's type of power production from him, but it's more reasonable than
let me put it
you
this
might
way.
think.
Let me put it this way, Jack. That would be such a Cleveland Guardians move. You're bringing back in the offseason something to excite the fans, but it's not. It's not a true.
Nothing.
Well,
new.
not
It's
a
not
real,
a true go
yeah.
get a guy move.
Yeah.
To really that's the perfect thing the Cleveland Guardians would
Sounds
do.
like
I will
an
say
upgrade
we
to me,
were
though.
we
I
were
like it.
robbed.
Sure. Yeah.
We were robbed of Josh Naylor walking up to Stan in the playoffs and hitting a bomb, and it being one of those TikTok moments people watch for decades. So
Still got the Rock the Baby.
yeah, we got we lost the series though, so there's a little bit of diminish to the Rock the Baby, but I don't know. I think it's a possibility to look towards in the offseason for the Guardians for sure. But I don't know. I mean, for our deadline though, I don't really think much is going to change outside of Carlos.
All right, Jack. Talk to me about the Royals a little bit before we move on. How many would you like to take? Be realistic. I believe
All
it's
of
in
them.
Kansas City.
All of them.
Gotta catch them all, baby. It's
Correct me-
Pokemon time
am I-
now,
am I
man. I mean,
correct in
we're in
that?
a wild card race.
Am I
What?
correct? It's in Kansas City.
It is in Kansas City, yeah. I believe we come back home and get Colorado after. But, yeah, Kansas City, Minnesota, these are teams who are in a similar ilk to us, in a similar position. We're all kind of figuring out, you're at the point where, as dumb as it sounds, and it really shouldn't, that wins over the Colorado Rockies do change how you approach the deadline, or the Kansas City Royals at this point in time. So we're going to learn a lot about this ball club the next couple of days.
All right, let's take a break. When we get back, UNC trying to join the SEC. I mean, give me a break. I understand. I
Dude,
understand.
Clemson, too. We got
It's
Dabo in this.
I understand
Yeah.
you want to be at the popular kids table, but
Clemson's
bringing
got
in Bill
more of
doesn't
a
make you a
case
jock.
than
UNC,
North Carolina.
let's cut it out. We'll talk about that when we get back on the Big Factor. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to The Big Factor on the Big Play Sports Network. One more story before we wrap this up, get you to the weekend. North Carolina Tar Heels are reportedly seeking entry to the Southeastern Conference, obviously better known as the SEC. They're seeking a potential departure. Report goes on, adds Tar Heels could be consider a leader in that pack of programs alongside ACC mate Clemson. UNC reportedly has their sights set on the move should it come to fruition. ACC has a steep exit fee that would cost $93 million, but that figure takes a significant dip down to $75 million when the 2030-31 school year rolls around, and that could obviously play a major role in this whole thing. Oh, man, guys. SEC, Big Ten, the only two conferences that matter in college football these days. Let's be real. I could make the argument that yet last year, Big Ten overstepped the SEC in terms of college football dominance. Now, will that last? I don't know, but I think it's undeniable that the Big Ten was the best football conference just last year in a one-year sample size. Obviously, Ohio State, they're winning it all. You get Bill Belichick. It's maybe a sexy move. It could also blow up in your face. You want to join the SEC with all the big dogs, Georgia, Texas, Tennessee, Alabama? What point does it get too much? And at what point are we just going to have two mega conferences?
I got a question for y'all. When do you think the last time North Carolina won 10 games was?
I actually have it pulled
Drake
up,
May?
so I won't answer that.
The last time.
Drake May didn't.
Nah.
Or Trubisky.
Might
I
have
was
been
gonna say, though-
Trubisky. I think that was of the year. 11 wins in 2015 is the last time they had a 10-win season.
Guys, you guys are on a much different wavelength than me on this topic.
You want this?
I fucking love this. I am
They're
so
gonna
excited
get
for the possibility
stomped,
of Bill Belichick and Dabo Sweeney in the SEC. Like you're taking the two last big
Clemson.
polarizing names outside of those two major conferences and infusing them. I used to be the biggest. I hate Brian Kelly more than anyone else on the planet. Everyone knows that about me. Number two, what for a very, very, very long time was Dabo Sweeney.
Why do you hate Brian Kelly?
Because he killed somebody. As we've talked about on the Big Factor 100 times, he killed somebody, Ryan.
Brian Kelly's not it, bro.
No, Brian Kelly is not
I'm
it.
not a fan.
But Dabo Sweeney used to be number.
I was just poking the bear.
Rob, you weren't around for our Brian Kelly era on the Big Factor.
Notorious. I don't know how he's not in Alcatraz.
Dabo Sweeney, I used to hate him. I was like, I don't know. Like, I think he's like the most just self-conceited asshole on the planet. Once you realize that Dabo Sweeney knows he's the most self-conceited asshole on the planet, Dabo Sweeney becomes your favorite character in college football. I love when he runs down the hill. I love the fact that he said, "Oh, our program's always been made in NIL, the name, image, and likeness of God." Like he can't stay out of his own way. He's really, really funny. He wears a funny hat. I like Dabo Sweeney.
Clemson is very close.
I like Klubnik too. That kid's good.
To being irrelevant. It might not seem that way.
What? They went to the. I think, Ryan, before last year, I would absolutely agree, but like they went to the playoffs last year. Did they win the ACC? Right? Yeah, they won the ACC to get to that point. Cade Klubnik's a Heisman favorite. I think they're back.
My point, I don't know about that. My point is Dabo Sweeney refuses to acknowledge the new era of college football, the transfer portal.
They had a great year in the portal this year.
That's fine, but I'm just saying
they started using it.
It feels as though this new wave of college football is it kind of came on the heels of a Nick Saban departure.
Dude, right? I think Clemson's back.
Now
they are using the portal. I think they're all. I think Clemson's like firmly back.
They could be back.
What's
or
the
they could
last
be at the tail
huge
end of their
game?
Run, bro.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. What's the last huge game that Clemson won?
I don't know.
They haven't really been like that.
But they went to the playoffs last year and they had a great recruiting class and they were great in the portal.
Era, once you lost Trevor Lawrence, you went through the era. DJ Uiagalelei was an unmitigated disaster. Who was between him and Cade Klubnik?
I don't even know.
It was just Klubnik came in. And he's young, and he was just young and developed.
First-round pick.
Yeah, dude, they're going to be good.
First-round pick. I don't know. We'll see.
They basically just missed on a quarterback.
Why not
they just had one bad cycle.
Why not just stay in the ACC, though? Why not just have two good teams? I don't get it. Why do they both want to go be mediocre in the SEC? But then they're not going to be the same. They're going to get stomped by Georgia outright.
That's what everyone said about Texas A&M. They came in
a little, but Texas is going to smack them. Like I don't know. I don't see it for them.
Money talks, man.
I guess. But I miss the old recipes. Let's have different great teams.
No, yeah, it was cool. It was,
bro. I don't want to see every. I don't want. Like if you don't watch Big Ten or SEC, it just doesn't matter.
But here's where my head's at. Like, ideally, Rob, you're correct. The best world is the world where the Pac-12 has 12 teams and the Big 12 exists and has actual teams.
Everyone
and
has a different style.
Texas and Oklahoma are in the Big 12. I agree. Like the way it was 10, 15 years ago is the way it always should be. But now that we're at the point where that's clearly gone and teams govern and like there's no sense of regional or geographical alignment whatsoever. Now that we're just past the point where all that shit clearly doesn't matter. Hey, let's be totally honest. Winning your conference doesn't even fucking matter. Like that's
I was
gone.
just about
you know,
to say,
like
disband all of them and just like
at that point, why don't we just do it? Like, who cares what conference you're in? You know,
just like kind of generate who each team plays
Yeah.
at this point.
Where
bro. I don't know.
would Clemson, in terms of tiers, I suppose, where would we slot them within the SEC today if they joined? Because
Here's
two.
the team.
you're
The SEC is it's pretty like I would
Second
say,
tier, yeah.
well,
three. at least.
Tennessee should take a step back
Four.
this year.
I mean, between Texas,
They're not better than Texas, Bama, or Georgia.
Georgia, correct, or Bama.
Florida should be solid this year.
DJ Lagway is my franchise dynasty quarterback, so go Florida. By the
Depending-
way, I don't know if I officially announced Florida is my rooting team of interest this year because my Bearcats aren't good. Unfortunately, I'll still root for them, but they're not going
Clemson
to
would
succeed.
fit in with like not the Ole
Okay,
Misses and like
Clemson.
the Texas A&Ms. Depending on a year Oklahoma or Missouri is having, that's the tier team I would see them being in the SEC.
Yeah,
So mid.
and then you go to UNC.
There are four. So there are.
Their bottom tier. They're with
Okay,
Vanderbilt,
AP
my
poll.
boys.
AP poll. There are
Vanderbilt-
four
Vanderbilt's
SEC
okay.
teams ahead of Clemson. Clemson's number 12 in the country. There are four ahead of them.
See, they can be whatever the hell they want in the preseason poll in the country. I don't care about that.
I mean, they're coming off a playoff. I mean, I don't know why you're dogging them so much. Like, they're
Those-
coming off a playoff appearance. Like, they're in a good spot.
Those four teams.
I'm not
I
saying
would
they're in a
say are
bad
tier
spot,
one,
and it's
Jack.
not like there's many teams that have been these perennial college football playoff contenders since it first came out in, what was it, 2014, 15? But I'm saying, like, at one point, it was Clemson. Like, Clemson was...
Yeah, they're not like the Georgia anymore.
That's my point, and it's like, are we going to see another peak as Dabo in his era in Clemson?
I think Dabo can.
Or are we going to see this is the beginning of kind of an already set downward trend?
Yeah, they at the end of their Warriors run. Like, you know
Facts.
what I'm saying? Last kind of push. And that might have been
Facts.
last year was their last push. But if I see them in the SEC, like, I'm not confident in you to be so
That's
consistent.
GG's.
When now instead of playing like North Carolina and Wake Forest, you're going to be playing like Arkansas and Auburn. Those are going to be like the weakest teams on your schedule. You know what I mean? It's going to force the team to be different. It's a whole different ball game, man.
Sure is. All right.
Bang.
Anybody got anything else?
I hope you guys
Want to get off
have.
their chests?
I hope
Oh,
you
we didn't
guys-
get to the.
Now let's get to bro. Let's tap into
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal. Let's get him filled in.
Well,
at
Jack,
the
do
end.
you want to touch on this hockey story?
We've had a very light show so far. It's a bit of a heavier topic.
Okay.
We'll talk about it as things
You
develop
said
even
Pedro
more.
Pascal.
Let's tell him.
Yeah.
This is
So,
lighthearted for sure.
Pedro Pascal has anxiety, apparently,
Don't we all?
which a lot of people suffer from.
He's got a special
He
one.
often apparently uses touch to calm him down, and it's often
Touch.
and it's also seen as him
What?
caressing
Like
female,
touch, like
female cats.
hold my hand or touch, like.
correct.
That's one of his many go-tos.
Okay.
And like that, and like rubbing the shoulders
Maybe holding them
with
with
his
the
female
hips.
castmates.
Oh, okay.
And it's very.
Okay,
it does
we
look
get a little
very
bit of
intimate.
trouble.
Him and Vanessa Kirby have looked very intimate
She
as
like
Fantastic
She
Four.
likes to like play with his
has
hair, rub
launched.
his neck
Okay.
a little and
Very,
everything.
yeah. I mean, if your girlfriend saw you doing that, if your girlfriend saw somebody doing that to you, they probably would not appreciate it.
Nah,
Not at all.
I'd be a dead man walking.
Yeah, you would be.
And there's just a ton of memes that Pedro is kind of like. I'm not saying he's faking it, but he's most definitely touching a lot of women on set these days. At least it appears so in videos.
You know, I didn't know this is where the story was going. To be
Yes.
honest, I don't have a lot of comments.
My timeline
on
is flooded.
people
with it.
being touched on set. I think it's a very uncomfortable
I'm seeing it
topic,
for
especially when you
girls.
don't know
I
any of
think
the
he's got
details
girlfriends, bro.
surrounding the story. So we're gonna plead the fifth.
Fair enough.
Pedro's.
Fives up.
Oh, real quick, I do want to say, was Nick not yesterday talking about the show What Happened to Amy Bradley?
Yes, he
Yeah.
was.
Anybody? I watched it yesterday. Anybody watch it?
save it for
Rob, that's
Monday.
so
But
honest.
correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not gonna spoil anything. But didn't Nick say he thinks she jumped?
Yeah.
I don't know how you watch that and think she jumped.
Oh, so we're okay. We're
Oh,
tuning
okay.
in.
So you're okay.
We're all,
So-
Jack, we're watching. We're debating on Monday.
On
We'll be
Monday.
back.
Okay.
We're watching. That's our.
do you want to watch together Sunday night, Rob?
You want? Whoa.
Yeah, that's kind of sus.
Trying to Netflix
How's that
and,
sus?
Trying to Netflix and chill.
Yeah. You can't watch TV with your friends. Is that?
Perhaps. I don't know where you be staying at, bro. I don't even know where you live for.
I live at home.
Oh.
Don't say where
am,
home
am
is.
I invited in the O'Rourke household?
Of course you are.
We may have to talk.
Yeah.
We'll see. If
Yeah,
I got
that's
a free
right.
day. Well, maybe.
All right, appreciate everybody tuning
Yeah.
into the Big Factory on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Rob Watson, Jack O'Rourke. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Shout out Fairway Ford, shout out Garage Beer, shout out the County Fair in Geauga. Go get your tickets today to come up sooner than later. All right, we'll be back Monday, same people, same time.